Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We are here for the Division Two West Round Two Championship here in Lukov. Last time out, we opened up the season in Flevo for the season opener, and we had Leoparder win in a very rainy, damp condition, holding off I Am Bob to win the first race of the season. And now we are back here to start the second round of the Division 2 FRL Championship. I am your commentator, it's Code Bacons or Wesley 1041, and I am here with Gio, who is going to be commentating with me. So if you want to say hello, Gio.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another round of Division 2 West. As we saw in Flavor, it's always an interesting championship, and it's really fun to watch. So I'm sure that the Tribals will not let us down today.
Yep, and right now we are 8 minutes away from starting the qualifying. So let's take a moment to look at the venue we are holding our round two here. We are here at Lukov in the Czech Republic. It is a 40 lap race and it is 16 turns. It is definitely one of the shorter tracks on the calendar, as you will definitely see a lot of lap times in the O2s and O3s, which are significantly shorter lap times to other venues. Um, our previous race winner was Royal in the Division 1 championship in season 9, and the lap record is held by Man 15, who is currently behind the camera right now with a 102.219, held last season here too. And this track is definitely famous for the infamous Young line, which was which dates back all the way to season 5 when he got a podium but was disqualified, I believe, for discovering that line and abusing it. So this track definitely has a lot of memorable moments, making it one of FRL's most memorable venues.
Yeah, last season, if I'm not mistaken, Division 2 West Lookup Race was won by Young himself, so it's really a track that saw him as protagonist many times. Sadly, in Division 1 today, he couldn't make it up and finish in P18. But we got a lot of drivers today willing to make their um, willing to leave their uh, print on this race and this track, of course.
Yep, as we are now T minus 6 minutes away from starting the qualifying session. And there have definitely been, this is definitely one of the more competitive weeks we've seen out of Division 2 drivers, as there's quite a handful of drivers that are honestly up there banging on the door of midfield to top Division 1 times, such as Quattris and Leoparder, who I think are going to be really big threats to win this race.
I agree, but we know that many times Division 2 West has a lot of surprises, and today we could see some. Like in Flavor, we saw one Noi surprisingly having a nice race, but also a lot of drivers like um, Hazard having a nice start, but then disconnecting mid race, and Bato having also a nice race. It was one of his first ones, so really interesting to see him today.
Yep, so looking at the championship standings right now, as we have mentioned previously, Leoparder is the defending race winner who won last week at Flevo, and then it was I Am Bob in second place who took pole position, I believe. And then it's Hamza Legend who rounded out the podium for the Carthaginians racing team, scoring 16 crucial points for them. And then we have Quattris, who finished fourth, who, in my opinion, is probably the favorite to win this race. I've seen him set some really fast lap times, so I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race for sure, and we'll also have to see if the conditions are dry or wet, because the wet could like in Flavo, could completely change the factors of the race. So yeah, it always the weather always is something to look out for in FRL.
Yep, we've been getting a lot of heads up that there's a pretty good chance it could rain. So it could definitely shake up the order as now we look at the Constructors Championships for Division 2 West. We have Lasado's ESL team in first place right now with scoring a pretty good 33 points, I'm not gonna lie. But trailing very close behind is the Saigon Speedsters team with 28 points. Of course, they won the race with Leoparders, so they scored some really big crucial points to stay close to the first place team. We also have Funny Group Racing, who on the Division 1 side isn't looking the brightest at the moment, but on the Division 2 West side, they're looking really solid with being third place in the constructors right now. As of course, Leopard. Interesting thing to note is that Leopard was the only driver a part of the Saigon team to score points, and he won the race, of course. So that was really big points, but it's really going to come down a lot to how well can the two Saigon Speedsters teammates work together to continue to be in the fight for P1 in the constructors. As I'm sure a lot of bets would probably go to Saigon, but it's all about how well the two teammates can execute and not just a one man team carrying the boats.
Today we are seeing a lot of reserves racing today in Division 2 West. Probably the most obvious one is Wolf, that has won a championship in the past in the Asian division, and now is looking to make one of his few appearances in the Western division as a reserve. And we also got Charles Leclerc best, and probably not the greatest reserve, but he can surely try his best to bring the car home.
Yep, new faces bring new opportunities for new drivers in Formula Roblox, so it'll be interesting to see how some of the new faces of the league do as the season progresses. Right, so we are now 1 minute away from from beginning the qualifying session. As there's a car, I don't know if you guys are seeing the mini map right now, but there's a car like really in the outskirts of the map. It's like a red car. I have no idea who that is, but
Oh,
Wolf is out in the mountains for some reason. I don't know where he is. I think he's under the mountain. Yeah, as you can see. I don't know how we got there, but that is really interesting as we are now ending the practice session and we're going to jump straight into the 10-minute qualifying here at Luco and then the 40 lap race. It's definitely a lot of laps so for a short circuit, so definitely one of the most I personally think this is one of the most demanding races just because there's a lot of turns where you have to hit the marks right on. Otherwise, you're going to make a big mistake and lose out to everyone else. As the race conditions are sunny, just like Division 1. So, looks like it's 2 out of 3 times that it has rained. That it has not rained, sorry.
yeah. So it's pretty much going to be a classic race where qualifying matters, but not a lot, and we'll see a lot of fights in the field, dividing in many packs, like we saw in Division One. Really interesting race, but Let's see what those drivers will give us today.
Yep, as DSF is the first driver for Saigon Speedsters to lead everyone to start the qualifying right here. DSF is obviously a former Division 2 champion back when we had Division 1, 2 and 3 in season 3. So he definitely knows how to get around here at Lukov as he's now going to start his flyer lap, his first flyer lap as he makes his way through turn 1, takes it really clean as he makes a left and right hander, hitting all the apexes, using all the space possible. But it looks like he's going to go wide, and he has aborted his lap because he made a mistake there. Meanwhile, it is now I Am Bob who is purple in the first sector. I Am Bob has looked really quick throughout the week in his lap times, and we'll see if he can capitalize and continue that going as he takes really good lines through the sector 2 corner. He's purple again, so this is looking really good for I Am Bob as he makes his way through the bus stop chicane and then to the right hander where you have to use all the space possible and not go wide to minimize the track distance. He has Ethan F1 Pro in front of him, but he's going to make his way to the line and he's going to go 102.7, which is a
Wow,
really good lap time with Anoy behind him. But now it is Leo who takes provisional pole position by only 15 thousandths of a second.
yeah, always them two, like we saw in the round one. Oh, whoa!
As Butcher's
Wow,
making it really spicy for the battle for pole as he equals the lap time of Leoparder. It is 0.000, which is absolutely insane to see.
what a close top three.
Yes, and it is all in the 102.7s and 8s range. So that is those are some really fast lap times, and for them to be so close to each other, it is absolutely astonishing to see.
We see the great pretty much splitting in two parts, the top drivers, and then from from P5 downwards, pretty big split from between Anoi and MJ Ramp for tenths.
Yep, as we are on board with 123 How Are You Gamer Pro, who I believe is one of the newer drivers in this league. We'll see what kind of lap time he can set as he's driving for TMP Motorsports. He's going to make his way through the chicane. It is a flat out section before a run to the line, and he's going to go P5. Very respectable lap time for 123 How Are You Gamer Pro, as we're now looking at Ioxoid, who is driving for Ferran FR Racing, about to come across the line and finish his lap, and he's going to go P10 at the moment.
Oh, that might be an impeding. I don't know if Elias is on his lap probably, so it doesn't
Yeah, it
really.
may look like it as Anoy makes a mistake,
Oh,
but Elias is on a lap, I think,
oh,
so it's not an impediment.
Bartol goes P6. Bartol.
As we're riding on board with Ethan F1 Pro, who is on the wrong car, I think. So that's probably going to be looked at by the officials. But he goes P11 right now.
What a dive bomb by Hazard.
Unless if he's reserving, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's reserving for tangents.
Okay. Okay, I was just making sure. We are now 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this qualifying session. Um, it is Leo who still holds pole position from that banker lap. Quattris maybe is on a lap. No, he's not. It looks like he's on his out lap. Annoy looks like he's going to start a lap with Hazard just in front of him.
Yeah,
We are
not
on board
ideal.
with DSF, who is improving in the second sector. So we'll see what lap time he's gonna come up to the line with. He's P10. Can he improve? He does and goes to P7 with 5 tenths behind the pole position leader. As Hanoi is improving as well the first sector, but he does have traffic in front of him. I don't know if Lepri's on the lap or not. We're about to find out here, but this is where Hanoi made a mistake last time, and he keeps it clean. Lepri is on the left, so this is not an impediment. Hanoi is red, but let's see if he can make it up in this final sector. He takes it really clean, goes a little bit wide, but he's going to cut back in and minimize all the space he can. He's going to make the run up to the line. Can Hanoi improve his position as Lepri goes P4, but Hanoi takes it back and is now less than 1/10 away from pole position in P4. What a close qualifying between the top five. As we go on board with Leo Porter, who is improving. He takes a really, really good line through the right-hander. Minimizes all the mistakes and he comes to the line. Can he improve? He does not, as he sets 2 red sectors with 1 green in the middle sector.
Everyone might have 1 or 2 more laps. It depends on where they are on the track. So drivers will probably give it all in those last shots.
Yep, but it has been a really close qualifying. Like I must say, between the top 5, as they're all separated by less than 1/10.5, which is really, really close, especially for a track like Lukov with so many corners. As
I
I
am
am
Bob.
Bob has left the server. I'm not sure what has happened, but he's left the server, but looks like he's back now. He's gonna have time for 1 lap, looks like it, if he can get on with it. As looks like I am Bob is back and he's back out on track. He's going to start another flying lap. As I think Yoto is on the lap. I'm not sure if he is, but it shows that he's green in the first sector. Yoto on P6, driving for Stella Corsa, which has Latin racing DNA inside within the team, and he's double green now. He's only 2.5 tenths behind the P1 poster, so can he move up and maybe potentially fight for pole? As here comes Yoto, the very bright yellow and black car coming up to the line. Is he going to improve his time? He does, but he's not going to improve his position, and that might be qualifying over for Yoto.
Let's see if Quattros can get another lap in, or if he'll be qualifying over. And Bob will surely have a lap. So let's keep an eye on him.
Yep, as looks like Leo and Annoy are not improving. Annoy crashes into the pit. He better be sure he doesn't do that in the race because that was very nasty if he was indeed trying to make the pit entry. As we are now coming up to the final seconds of qualifying, there may be a few drivers that do not make the line, but it looks like everyone does.
Bob has backed off.
Yep, Bob is backed off.
Same for Quattros.
Yep,
So
so
it
it looks
seems
like
like
that's
game over, yeah.
over, and it may just be Leo Porter on pole position. Right now, we're riding on board with Bateau, who has definitely been an impressive rookie. He showed a really good race display in round 1. handling the rain for his debut. Let's see if he can improve his P8 position now. He's red in the second sector, but let's see how he does through the sector 3 chicane. He takes it really nicely, uses all the space available of the track, and is now going to make a run to the line, and let's see if he can improve his lap time, and he does and moves up to P8, so very respectable lap time by Bateau.
This has been surely one of the closest qualifyings I've ever seen in FRL.
Yep, so looks like it is going to be Leoparder on pole position, followed by Quattris and I Am Bob, who round out the points paying positions. Remember that top three get awarded points, so that could really matter later on in the season. As you can see, the delta not even showing numbers because Leo and Quattros are separated by nothing.
Let's look at the driver's decision on the tires. It's gonna be really interesting. We saw in Division 1 a lot of different strategies.
We are underway for the round two here at Luco for Division 2 West, as looks like everyone's gonna get away clean as they go into turn one. Everyone looks to keep it very clean. Looks like a car went wide in the background, but Leoparder is still holding position to P1, to I Am Bob, and then Quattris in P3, who is on the mediums as they make their way through Sector 2. The right-hander hairpin, and they all keep it clean as the top five are still relatively close together as they were in qualifying. But we'll see as we go through the left-hander, then the right-hander to start Sector 3. They're now going to make a run up to the bus stop chicane, and then a tight chicane, another tight chicane that they have to navigate and avoid any mistakes. They all make it through really cleanly. It is now Leoparder who's going to lead I Am Bob through the first lap on those soft tires. It is 1-2 Sauce with Quattros behind him on the mediums.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how the drivers really differentiated the strategies. Let's say teams more than drivers themselves, as we see both of the funny group ratings on the mediums. Uh, that the strategy has only been done by 4 drivers, so it's really interesting to see if it's gonna pay off or not.
Yoto's had a good start as he's moved up to P3 now. Yoto from P6 moves up to P3, so really good start by the Sella Corsa driver as he looks to attack I Am Bob and take the fastest lap away. He has the fastest lap right now, but obviously the lap times are going to get faster as the previous lap was from a standing start. So as we come to start lap 3, Leopard sets the fast lap, and now it is Yoto with a 102.9. Really
Uh,
impressive lap time as that is almost pole position. That is almost a pole position lap right there as he takes P2 away from Bob. But let's see if Bob can fight back as they go through the S's into Sector 2.
we have had our first retirement of the race, by the way. Marok is out of the race after not even 2 laps, so we'll have to see what happened to him later in the race. Maybe we'll know.
Yep, as Yoto goes wide, and that's going to give I Am Bob a chance to reclaim P2 as they make their way past the Ben Lex Thomas billboard. And now they're going to come to the bus stop chicane. Both of them taking a really good line, but I Am Bob is using more of the space, but Yoto's going to cross over now. Leoparder is absolutely loving them, what he sees behind as he tries to break the toe. Leoparder is slowly but surely gapping I Am Bob and Yoto as Quattris on those medium tires is still relatively within range of the soft runners ahead. So he's doing a really good job on his scent right now, knowing that the softs are going to wear out later on.
Yeah, we see a lot of battles in the first pack from that goes from P1 to P7, and then a big split from P8 to P13. We see a lot of pack racing, so it's really interesting to see how this will work in the end.
Yep, as we from experience, I expect the soft tires to wear out. To I expect the crossover to happen in the next 3 to 4 laps, maybe, as that was typically the expected crossover for the Division 1 race to when the mediums will get better. But right now, it is definitely soft tires advantage as the top three try to pull away from Quattris. And Yoto has broken away from I Am Bob slightly, and now he's going to try to catch up to Leoparder. Yoto starting P6 is now up to P2, so it has been a really tremendous start by the German driver.
Yeah, also a surprising start for the rookie, 123 Hour U Gamer Pro, sitting in P8 right now. Really impressive since he's making his debut, I'm pretty sure, today.
Yep, as you can see, he's ahead of Simply Heron and Hazard, who are on the medium tires. Hazard driving for Manti Racing with the beautiful Red Bull Infinity livery, trying to hope that the soft tire runners ahead of him later wear out so that he can capitalize. But things look pretty stable between the top three. I wonder if it's that dirty air that's really preventing Yoto from getting close to Leo and I Am Bob getting close to Yoto, as it has definitely been one of the bigger complaints of dirty air, as there's not really a lot of straightaway around this track to where you can really capitalize on slipstream.
Yeah, you mainly get only the dirty air in this track.
Yep, but I think that's what really presents the challenge to see who has the best driving ability, who can navigate through the trickier conditions. So, and we're definitely seeing that right now as Yoto and I Am Bob are still staying with Leo. As I Am Bob has, as I say that, I Am Bob overtakes Yoto for P2, and they fall just a little bit behind Leo now. They are now 1.3 behind Leoparder, who is in P1. As we have a battle between Lepre and DSF for P5. They're just right behind Quattris, who again is on those medium tires. DSF trying to get up there with his teammate, who's currently P1. So we'll see how the race panned out for him. As right now, Lepre has kind of broken away a little bit, but DSF can definitely catch back up.
I think we're getting closer and closer to the crossover between mediums and softs. So let's see if the Funny Group racing cars can start catching up back to the top group.
Yep. As Leo is in clean air, as we have a battle between Yoto and Bob. Yoto goes wide, but now Bob is going to retake P2. Leo is gaining a couple tenths a lap because these guys are making mistakes and battling a lot. So this is absolutely music to Leo's ears to see that these guys are battling hard against each other. As looking at the delta from Quattris to P1, he's gained a tenth this lap. So I believe this is definitely the crossover point between the softs and the mediums, but we'll see as the laps go on. Quattros is in clean air, so we'll really see how fast he can really go on those mediums now as we ride on board with Yoto, who is about to lap Elias as he overtakes Bob now for P2. Really great line by Yoto, but we'll see if Bob can fight back. These two have been glued together since Yoto got to I'm Bob, really. As Yoto goes slightly wide, but he gets the better run, and now I'm Bob is right behind him as they go into the right-hander. It is a short break, then straight back onto the throttle. Going through the Ben like Samus billboard as both of them use a lot of space of the track. But Yoto still holds that P2 position to I Am Bob.
We see a lot of battles right now in the track, and Bob goes into the box. Ooh, it's the wall in the entry.
Yep, we didn't cover it earlier in the broadcast, but there is a new revamped update to Lukov. It was just yesterday too, so this is a really new update to the track, especially one day before the Grand Prix weekend. There is now a mini chicane you have to take, as we just saw I Am Bob do that. Ioxoid is also in the pits from the soft tires and will make his first pit stop.
Now the sub runners are starting to struggle, so I think they will be really soon, as we can see from Larry going off the track in sector 2. Ooh, that's a really useless corner cut Hanoi's just made. Really useless on a straight line, basically.
Yep, as we see Leoparder who comes into the pits now. It is lap 10 of this race. Oh, it's Yoto! Yoto hit the
Ooh,
barrier
big
and
time
he's now
loss.
going to lose time. Let's see as the drivers make
Ooh,
their way, as
ooh,
a
a
lot of
lot of
drivers are just
drivers.
full throttling the wall. That is a really abusable chicane there, as a lot of drivers love to go full throttle through there. But Yoto, really big mistake, as you can see how much Iron Bob is going to gain on Yoto.
Huge undercut.
Yep, as Yoto is 2 seconds behind I Am Bob, so Yoto really lost time from that undercut, and as well as making that mistake of hitting the chicane barrier. As now it is a funny group racing 1-2, so if there were a red flag to happen right now, then funny group would be in the catbird seat in this race.
Sadly, they do not happen in FRL really usually.
No, he's in the pits. That's kind of early, to be honest. I thought he would go out longer.
Yeah, probably one lap earlier to make a sort of undercut.
Let's see what tire he's gonna
Ooh,
go on as he misses the pits a little bit, and he's going to go on the hard tires. So he's gonna have one lap fresher tires, but I really think he should have gone longer, to be honest. As it is a long stint on the hards, and he was on the medium. So, but
I think that
either
it's
way,
more the sub drivers stretching their runs and making it almost the same as the mediums that we know are not as good as they were in the past. So it's really close between mediums and subs in terms of endurance.
yep. So we have Quattros leading on the medium tires, and he chooses to stay out another lap. So Quattros trying to make the most out of this mediums before he goes on the fresher hard tires. And I believe the first driver who started on the hards and has not pitted is Diamond, also known as Beastman, or Bateau. Sorry, I believe he is not pitted yet. So Bateau on those hard tires looks like he's trying to make the one stop work, just like a famous driver who made it work that is in this commentary booth right now. But he is now sitting 8 seconds behind Quattros and has just overtaken Hazard on those medium tires.
He's really flying through those cars with ease.
Yep, you can see how much more grip Leo Porter has compared to the hard runners. He's probably about 1 to 2 seconds faster on hards to the other hard runners, as Quattros, the Funny Group Racing driver, has come into the pits and is making his first stop of the race.
Let's see the time
And
loss.
yep. He goes on to the hard tires, by the way, so let's see where he's going to cycle out. He's going to cycle out right ahead of DSF, but right behind Lepre, that is. Yes, it is. But if you can see, he's not that far behind Yoto, to be honest. In all honesty, I think he's, if anything, he's closer to Yoto than he was before they all pitted. And he has fresher tires, so it's been a really good overcut by Quattros.
Yeah, and he
And we'll
will have
see what he
fresher
can do now.
tires. He
Yeah,
will
we'll
have
see
fresher
what he can do
tires
now
in
with
the
fresher
last stint
tires.
in the last stint as well. He will have probably 2 or 3 laps fresher softs, and that's a lot when you talk about
Yep.
softs.
And we're also a long way from the drivers making their second pit stop, sorry. As we see Leoparder overtaking Hazard, who is really, really extending these medium tires. I'll be honest. Maybe he's trying to go for the one stop, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, one stop is really hard here. I've done it myself in the Division 1, and I stayed out 18 laps on the medium tires, but it didn't really work.
Yeah, but we'll see. The good news for Hazard is that everyone else will have to pit, but he doesn't have to. And the Hearts have been known to be really stable in terms of tire wear and lap times. So we'll see what Hazard can do if he does go on the one stop. I would assume so, since
Ooh,
Elias goes really wide.
the
He's
jump
been
scare.
doing that all race in Flevo, and he's definitely showing no remorse again here in Lukov.
Doesn't really respect the
As
blue flag.
as he is absolutely bucking everyone in that chicane. I'm sure there are drivers fuming over the radio right now. As we ride on board with Quattros, as he's now right behind Yoto and Lepre, and
What a
is
switch
also
back.
overtaking MJ Ram. As I Am Bob! I
Ooh,
Am Bob has made a huge mistake! What's happened to I Am Bob? He's now dropping all the way down the order to P9. I Am Bob, who's running near the front, I believe, is
yeah,
now going to drop all the way back to P9. That is really unfortunate for I Am Bob.
that's a really bad crash for him because that
You have to
basically
wonder if it was a controller mistake.
it nullifies his strategy as well. So
Yes.
really sad for the driver.
As Yoto also
Ooh,
corner cuts. He's going to lose out to the two cars in front of him. As Quattros and Lepre are side by side right now. Quattros is 6.2 seconds behind Leoparder and has about 13 laps before he pits again. So we'll see how much time he can make up.
Rodgers
That
really
is a
has a good chance now. He has a really good chance.
yep, but that is a really, really big mistake by I Am Bob. I wonder if it was a controller issue or he just lost his focus. But really, this will really set him back for the remainder of the race, as now behind DSF and MJ Ramp in P9. And he was also one of the first to pit, so the tire wear isn't in his favor right now, nor is the track position.
By the way, we have had our second retirement. It's Iran F1 Pro. So yeah, we see retirements in this race. We didn't see them in D1 with 19 drivers finishing. That's probably a record in FRL. So yeah, the attendance really has gone up this season. Really good to see. Um, right now we have a big battle for P7 going on between DSF, Iron Bob, and MJ Ramp. Really close racing. Iron Bob having to recover his positions lost in that crash in Sector 1. So let's see if he can make it, make up positions. Probably his race will never be the same as it was going to be, but it still can be a good point scoring race. As we see Anoi really struggling behind 123 How Are You Gaming Pro. He really has to make up positions right now to not lose too much time to the drivers he was meant to race with. We see a lot of pretty stabilized race right now with Quattros being 6 seconds behind Leoparder. Pato, who I think is on another strategy, being Pichu. Yeah, still zero stops for him. It's really stretching those tires. He will probably put in around one lap if he's on a two stopper, and in 5 or 6 laps if he's on a one stopper. We'll have to see that. As he's having a really good race, Elias Greek uh, really distracting the drivers there, causing Quattros to go wide. That's not ideal for the Funny Group racing driver. Um, and as Elias Greek gets warned by the officials that at the next impeding he will get kicked. So really not good news for the Greek driver, as the as there's a free wide battle for P2 going on between Quattros, Lepri, and Bato right now. So let's see who will come out ahead. Of course, Quattros has the tire advantage, so he should be the one coming in P2. And Elias Greek is has stopped on the track, and he's questioning the directors.
What is bro doing?
I don't think that's racing, but
He just saw on the track, dude.
yeah.
I think that might just bring out the safety car as he goes really wide now. I'm really impressed on how as he goes wide again. But I'm
And
really
oversteer.
impressed on how he was able to get into Division 2.
Who signed him? He has oversteer with those cars. The first driver to have oversteer in FRL.
Yes.
Also understeer both.
Breaking car physics that weren't possible. As Bateau's in the pits now. It's lap 21 of lap 40, so I wonder if those hard tires were just too much for him to handle. Let's see what tire he's gonna go on now. He goes onto the softs. That's really interesting, as looks like now he's going to go on the soft medium strategy. We'll see how that works out.
Or probably a soft to the end. Could be as well.
Yeah, it could also be a soft. As Quattris
Ooh,
has
got
now
wide.
massively closed up to Leopard. So has Lepri too. Lepri has been following Quattris. The Italian and the Polish driver are hunting down the Slovakian driver, who is only 4 seconds now from 7 seconds behind.
We see Annoy getting going PA right now, closing in Bob with P7 now after the crash.
As
Oh,
Iron
incoming
Bob
Bob.
absolutely cuts the chicane. That is another big mistake by Iron Bob, as Annoy is now
Really
going to close right back up to him.
rookie mistakes, even though he's not a rookie. So he'll have to think after this race on his rage management.
Yep. as the gap is now 3.5. Quattros has gained half a second that last lap, and Lepre is really showing a good race right here as we see Elias Greek who is stopped on the track again.
Blue flags. I don't get why
This guy,
it's going to the
this,
end.
this guy's personal best lap time is probably like a 1 minute and 30 second.
Yeah, each season we have a new regen of Francisco, and the season 9 was Charles Leclerc Best. This season it's gonna be Elias Greek and Dragon Lando, so really interesting to see
Yeah,
those drivers make their way up in FRL.
yeah. We'll hope for a bright future for their career in FRL as it is just starting right now. As Lepre has lost a little bit of time to Quattros, but Quattros is really making up a lot of lap time. We are, I believe, about 6 to 7 laps from the pit window for these drivers right here. As you can see, Leoparder and Quattros are all on the same straightaway, but don't count out Lepre and Yoto, who are still honestly within striking range. So is DSF too, and 123 How Are You Gamer Pro. So there's still a lot of drivers in the mix towards the end of this race as we have Bateau, who is purple in the first sector. He'll definitely be looking to make up time and steal the fastest lap of this race, as he's gotten that gap
Quattros,
down to 21.5.
yeah, the gap
Looks like he's
between
gaining about.
Quattros, yeah, yeah,
Oh, Quattros, I think, made a mistake.
both Lepre and Quattros are dropping now from Leoparder, so
Yeah,
it's not really working the strategy.
yeah. Looks like Leo is having really good consistency, but Quattros is making a handful amount of mistakes despite having a lot of pace. So
And pressure
mistakes
tire.
are really crucial. Yeah, mistakes are crucial around this track, I think. As
Ooh,
123 goes wide, I am Bob is gonna look to make up another position to recover as Hazard's in the pits. Hazard's on those mediums. I thought he went on to the hards, but it looks like he is going on the 2 or 3. I don't even know. He's on the softs.
yeah, I don't know why would he put subs with 15 laps to go. It's
With
pretty,
15 laps to go.
it's pretty an understandable decision. We'll have to ask him.
Yep, as Watchers is closing that gap again, and Lepre has overtaken
Oh no, it's
Yoto has
gonna cut.
overtaken Lepre.
Yeah, it's gonna cut it in sector one. Oh, and now he has overtook. I am Bob has overtaken.
Yep, Anoy's moving up. Anoy's making it to the big leagues for Funny Group Racing, who definitely is slowly but surely making their name in FRL. As
What a lie.
Elias is absolutely cutting the track as he goes wide again.
He's cutting the grass.
Map 15. The guy behind the camera. Let's play heads or tails. Choose heads or tails in chat right now. Okay. If it lands on heads, then you fling Elias, okay? I cannot show this, but you guys are gonna have to trust me. Okay, never mind then. But let's play heads or tails anyways. It's tails. You can't do anything to him. That sucks.
Oh,
Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or
um,
nothing.
Hazard has retired, by the way.
Yep, Hazard with a really interesting strategy, but he was not able to make that work. We're getting word that he did a Fernando Alonso and just pulled it to the pits and said, retire the car.
By the way, there's a battle going on for P7 between 123 Our You Gamer Pro and I am Bob 11A. So really interesting to see if it's gonna who is gonna come out ahead.
Okay, Gio, let's play heads or tails. Heads or tails.
Heads.
Okay, if he lands on heads, man 15 kicks annoy. All
No.
right, all right. Okay, okay. It's heads. It's heads.
Yeah.
Kick annoy. Kick annoy. Kick annoy. Kick annoy. Kick annoy. Kick annoy. Also, the gap is closing between Leo and Quattris. It is now 2.2 seconds with about 3 laps until they start making pit stops. So Quattris, I believe, is going to be right behind Leo before they pit, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. But this is the point of the race that things are really getting spicy right here.
Watchers has the advantage on the last stint, so it's really gonna be close at the end.
Yeah, but Leo has showed a lot of consistency, minimizing the mistakes. So that is a
It's
lot of props that goes
it's
to
about
Leo.
between pace and consistency against strategy. We'll see what will win in the end.
This dude lies. How is he not been banned from racing yet? This dude doesn't even deserve to have a real life license.
This really questions how the FRO license system is made. Like, mm, not really
This dude would be a
fair.
menace if he ever had a driver's license.
Yeah.
As he goes into the pits, let's see if he
Let's
can
see how
take it
it
clean.
takes. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, he takes it clean. That's really good since a lot of drivers hit the wall. So I think that is very good driving by him. But Quattris has made a mistake while we were
Ooh.
focusing on Elias, and the gap is now 3.8. That may just seal the win away for Leoparder if he can keep it together. As we're just talking about how Quattris has really made a couple mistakes compared to Leo. Now he's now
Yeah.
4 seconds behind
That's not good news for
with
him.
11 laps to go coming to the line. As you
Ooh.
see Lepre and Yoto coming into the pit. Oh,
Ooh.
Lepre hit the barrier. He went straight on with the barrier and is going to lose out to Yoto as Annoy also pits. And
Ooh.
so does I Am Bob and 123. But you just saw Lepre absolutely murder the pit barrier.
He would not be happy with that. Oh. He probably have a damage.
As we see Yoto come out of the pits, let's see what tire he's on. That is the soft tires. So he's going to go 11 laps to the end on softs, which is a bit of a long stint to be honest. As Quattros is losing more time to Leo as the gap is now 4.8. So Leo's having a really good stint right here. Will Quattros pit or will he stay out? Looks like he stays out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go until lap 32 and then pit for the subs. But really, it's not really looking good for him for the win. What a line.
Yep, as we see Elias taking the wet racing line. As we can see, DSF overtaking Diamond on newly fresh tires. Looks like that one stop from Diamond is not working to his favor. So we have Leo, who now comes into the pits. Quattros is gonna stay out. I wonder if he's trying to one stop. I wonder if he's trying to one stop here. I really do wonder if he's doing the one stop or not.
Mm. It could work, but it's a really long stretch on those
It is
tires.
really going to be risky. But you
I
have
mean,
to remember how much the softs wear out by the time they get to the end of their tire life. So
it's
we'll
not
have to see as
impossible. It's not
DSF
impossible.
sets the fastest lap of the race. It is 12 seconds from Quattros to Leoparder. So we'll have to see
Mm.
how this plays out with 8 laps to go.
It's really risky. But it doesn't have much to lose because there's another
Yeah.
3 seconds gap from the next guy, not counting Wolf. That is also on a one stopper so far. As we see,
So
Aoxide
we have,
unlap himself.
yeah, he's really holding up
Ooh.
Yoto and Simply Heron. I wonder if he'll get out of the way here. Otherwise, he could be looking at a
Ooh.
penalty.
I think that he
As
just
Quattros
unlocked
is in the
himself.
pits.
Yeah.
Quattros is in the pit. He's not going to one stop. He's going to change his tires and go onto the softs. So it is going to be a soft, no, sorry, medium hard soft strategy for Quattros. As he's going to blend out right behind Anoy and Diamond, but he's going to overtake them quickly on those much fresher tires. And he's now going to be 10 seconds behind Leo. I doubt he's going to make up that time, but we'll have to see if he can catch up to Yoto and Lepri, who are 5 and 7 seconds ahead up the road respectively. So Quattros really lost out on that undercut, but we'll have the fresher tires.
Yeah, he can probably still go for a podium position if he
Yep, as we see,
really
Leo
pushes.
really is pushing the car to the absolute limit. As he sets the fastest lap of the race, a 102.7. That is a really fast lap time, almost, if not quicker than the pole position time, I believe.
It is quicker than the pole position lap time. So really good effort from him, even when he's comfortably leading.
Yep, as I Am Bob is now coming into the pits again.
Ooh,
As oh, he hits
no!
the barrier. He makes
Disaster.
another mistake, and but he's going to come into the pits for the third time, I believe. Interesting strategy as he's about to get lapped by Leo, I believe. But he goes onto the soft tires for his third stop of the race. I believe he has just given up now.
Yeah. I mean, he's still bringing home 1 point, so better than nothing.
Yep,
Probably gonna try to bring
especially
2 points with the fastest lap.
yeah. As we see that Quattros is still 11 seconds behind Leo, but he is gaining on Yoto. He's gotten that gap down to 6 seconds between him and Yoto with 5.5 laps to go. So we'll see if Quattros can make a recovery drive and work his way back up to the podium position. By the way, Elias needs to finish within 10 laps to classify according to Man 15. So it will be interesting to see if he's aware of that or not.
Yeah.
And can he get within 10 laps of finishing the race? Where is he
Like,
right now on track? As we see Quattros about to overtake DSF. He is in Sector 2 right now. It would be really, really funny if he if he did indeed get lapped 10 times.
yeah, as we saw that happen in the past as well. Like I remember at Ludwig season 7, Division 2 East, it was Paulette, my friend, being lapped 13 times, and I think he was not scored that
Oh,
race. So
let's the GOAT.
yeah,
As Quattros has overtaken Leoparder 4P4 and is now 3 seconds behind Lepre for that final podium position. We will see if he can make up that time as I am Bob is in the pits again.
going to try again.
Yep, I bet he's going for that fastest lap point.
That's probably his last try because if he pits again, it will be overtaken by Aoxide.
Yeah, but then again, I am Bob has lost all morality for this race.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind at, if he did pit again since Ferran would get a point, but we will see.
yeah.
As Lepre has caught Yoto, Lepre's been making good lap time on Yoto, to be honest. And looks like these two are gonna battle it out for P2 as Lepre's trying to get ahead of Yoto, but it's really tricky to navigate through the dirty air. As we see Quattros right behind them, they are all in the same corner and straightaway. As Yoto tries to weave from Lepre, and it is 3 laps to go this time by. As Yoto goes wide, and I think he hit a mistake, the corner cut, but he's still ahead of Lepre. Lepre's really trying to um minimize every single distance as he
Ooh,
goes wide. He hit the
that's a
wall,
big
I think,
mistake.
and now he's gonna lose time. And
And
this is going
Quattrus
to
is
bring
here, yeah.
Quattros into the equation, as Quattros is now going to pick up the slipstream of Lepre, but he's also going to feel that dirty air.
Yeah, but he has
As we
all the
see
grip from the
Elias
tires.
again.
What a line. A young line.
Yep. I think
The
we should
Elias
rename
line.
that to the Elias line.
Yeah. And here is Quattrus. Less than one
As
second
we
now
ride
on
on
Lepre.
board with Quattros, we're going to start the penultimate lap of the race. It is a three-way fight for P2 right here. Quattros trying to get back onto the podium after that late pit stop. He has the fresher sauce, but can he capitalize? As Lepre doesn't take the best corner, Quattros takes a really good corner,
Wow,
and you
look
can
at the
see
grip.
how much more grip Quattros has to Lepre. But can he get around? Because you can definitely tell the dirty air is affecting him as Lepre goes wide. And that's going to give Quattros P3 maybe, as the leaderboard does say he does. But Lepre's going to try to fight back because he goes wide. And Quattros is going to take P3 away from Lepre. But can Lepre fight back?
I don't think he can with the tires is on.
Yep, as now Quattros has set his sights on Yoto as we ride on board with Quattros, presented by Man15. Um, no mistakes through the chicane as Leo is going to start the white flag of this race, presented by your mother. As Yoto, you can see Yoto trying to weave to break the slipstream,
By the way, DSF has
but
been cursed up by Unknowy, so let's see what can happen right there. Less than 1 second.
yep, a lot of battles going on. Definitely one funny group racing car in each battle, respectively, as we see Quattros closing the gap to Yoto. Yoto's gonna try to hold off for P2, but you can tell how much more grip Quattros really has as they go through
Ooh,
the Sector 2 corners. Yoto makes a mistake, and he's going to lose out to Quattros, but he's still there within touching distance, but Yoto misses the corner, and that might be it, as we see Leoparder rounding the final right-hander for the last time. He has displayed a dominant performance, and he's going to come across the line and win the second race of the FRL Division 2 West season, as we have Quatris who's going to finish P2 with a great recovery drive, but it is DSF and
Ooh,
Annoy. DSF goes wide. Here comes Annoy. Annoy is going to overtake DSF for P5, and that is going to be Annoy in P5. It is going to be a great result for Funny Group Racing, as we have
let's
one, two,
go.
three, and Simply Heron 7th and 8th. We have Bateau in P9, and we have the rest of the drivers coming across the line as
What a
and we
race.
are on board with Elias the Goat, who made one stop, I believe, the entire race.
Wow. Tire master.
He is the only driver aside from Diamond to make one stop work in this race.
Wow.
So he's going to come across the line. He's going to cut the chicane, and he's going to finish in P14. You are P14. Good job. Good job. As he says, still beating y'all in rally though, asserting his dominance, I'm sure. But that is Leoparder taking away the victory. He was able to stay consistent and capitalize on Quatris corner cutting and making mistakes, and never looked back and claimed victory here at Luco. And before we sign off, who is your driver of the day, Gio?
I'm gonna have more drivers of the day this time. Of course, it has to go again for me to annoy for his rookie improvements, but also 123 our U Gamer Pro because on his debut he gets a P7, really impressive race for him.
I definitely have to give it to Leoparder, as he's definitely showed insane amount of consistency this race. I'd also like to give a shout out to Yoto, as he went from P6 to P3 and was definitely in the mix the whole race in the, battling for the podium. So it was definitely not a fluke by him, and he showed a really good race today. Anyways, we're going to sign off now from this Division 2 West race here at Luco. Thank you so much for joining us, y'all, and we will be back for the Division 2 East race late tomorrow at here at Luco. So thank you for